This is a question for you, Secretary James, and it's going to go broader than my example here. But we've got a community, Utqiagvik, formerly known as Barrow, top of the country up there in the north, has been facing some very severe winter storms, and with the sea ice being further out, you have greater coastal erosion that we are seeing. We've got a utility corridor that is in danger of washing away due to the beach erosion. We also have an old landfill that's now about 100 feet away from the water. This landfill is maxed out, but you also have some old military waste in there from cleanup projects that have gone on, tens of thousands of drums of waste. And so this is a slow-moving disaster is the way that I have described some of the erosion threat that we're seeing. So here you have the most significant community in the North Slope there, and the potential to lose the utilities, but also from an environmental perspective, a real threat. So the question that they have asked me to ask you is, how quickly are we moving in providing any level of assistance, not only to protect the utility corridor, but to deal with the potential for this environmental issue. It is bigger, though, than Utqiagvik. It is bigger than Kivalina and Shishmaref and Unalakleet. This is the issue that we're facing of coastal erosion. And the reality that these are high costs, when you look at it from a cost-benefit ratio, and this is where we always don't I shouldn't say that. We always fall off the radar because our cost-benefit ratio never pencils out. This is where the small and subsistence harbors came into being, because otherwise places like Alaska would never be heard. Well, we're now in that same situation. I don't know, but I would hope that you're looking at this whole benefit-cost ratio score reform. And when we talk about pre-disaster mitigation, being able to look at things like what coastal erosion, the potential for erosion and the damage coming, the seismic issues. So I'm not giving you a chance to answer my question here, and my time is just about up. But I need to know that we are having a bigger, broader discussion internally with all those that are in the right places to help with these policy directives, that we've got a plan going forward, because I have people that are going to bed at night afraid. They're afraid of the next storm coming their way. They're afraid they're going to lose their utilities. They're afraid they're going to have an environmental disaster. They're afraid that their home is going to drop into the ocean like the people in Newtok are facing. Sure. And they keep coming to me and saying, Lisa, you got to have an answer here. And we've put the Denali Commission in front as the lead coordinating agency on village relocation. The Denali Commission was lucky because we got $15 million to them this year. $15 million. So I'm not giving you a chance to answer my question, but I hope you know it's not just a question. It's a plea, it's an urgency, it's a demand, we must be working together more aggressively, because people's lives are in danger and the potential for an environmental disaster is very real.
Thank you, ma'am. They'd a lot rather listen to you than me anyway, so don't worry about that. I've got your questions. I've got them. We'll get back with you with some more specific answers just as soon as possible. But I understand what you're saying. I've lived part of that myself.
I'd love to sit down with you. We've shared a lot of time with the general in my office. We'll be doing more sharing.